What's up, carnivores? Zach here with American Smoke, and today we're making Pow Pow beef jerky. Pow Pow! Today we've got a cut of bottom round roast that we're going to be marinating in some of Lane's barbecue Pow Pow sauce. It's something new that they offer. I tasted this a little while ago, and man, I just thought this is going to be some fire jerky. It's got everything that you want in it. We're using bottom round roast today. Typically, you're gonna use eye of round or top round roast. They had this roast at the grocery store and it was particularly beautiful and they didn't have anything else. And so I grabbed this and we're gonna make some jerky out of it and it's gonna be delicious. First thing we wanna do is we wanna chop it up. Okay, so first thing that you want to do when you're looking at your cut is you want to look for large bits of fat that you probably don't want to make into jerky. What we're going to do is we're going to try to find the grain. You can see the grain in this runs from here to here, and the grain in this muscle runs straight up and down. I put this into the freezer for about an hour and a half to kind of stiffen it up a bit, and it worked out really well. It's got a nice texture to it. The softer the meat, the harder it's going to be to get thin cuts. It's important to have a sharp knife when you're doing this. But that's exactly what we're looking for right there, just a nice thin cut. We're going to pop that into our bowl. All right, so there we have a really nice pile of jerky meat. Got this little piece right here for my dog. I think he's gonna be pretty happy about that. Honestly, for it to be a bottom round, there was not nearly as much fat on this as I thought there should be. A lot of times that bottom round is gonna have more intermuscular fat, which, you know, a lot of people stray away from when making jerky, but I don't know about y'all. When there's jerky at my house, there's usually not jerky at my house for very long. Today we're gonna be marinating this in Lane's Pow Pow sauce, which has got just about everything that you want in it. I mean, you can go buy these ingredients separately or you can get you some of this. It's got soy sauce, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, garlic, pineapple juice, ginger, everything you want. All right, so you wanna go generous with this stuff. This beef is gonna soak up a lot more this season than you think. So like I said, go a little heavier than you think you need to. Make sure there is more than enough. And we're gonna be hitting it up with a generous dose of the salt, pepper, garlic as well. All you gotta do is just mix that in there. And if you've got some pulled in at the bottom, whenever you're done kind of coating all of it, and that means you're doing well. If it's all soaked up pretty much, you might wanna add just a little bit more. And so it looks like I may wanna add just a little bit more of the Pow Pow. Kudos to Lane's on the name of this stuff because it's fun to say. Hopefully it's fun to eat. I haven't had any on food yet. I did pour some into a spoon and I drank it and I almost got me another spoonful, I'm not gonna lie. And that's pretty much it. I am gonna be coming in just every once in a while and I'm gonna be turning this stuff to make sure that if there is a pooling of seasoning down at the bottom, that I kind of churn it back onto the meat so that we get a good marinade. We're gonna do a 48-hour marinade on this, so it should just be packed full of flavor. All right, carnivores, so we are 2 days later, and the jerky has been marinating for not quite 48 hours, but probably closer to like 36, something like that. I have come in periodically, you know, 3-4 times and just stirred the jerky up. And at one point I did add a little bit more seasoning onto it to make sure that it was fully saturated and just packed full of flavor. So as you can see, our jerky meat is much darker now. You can see a little bit of that seasoning has sort of pulled in. So all you want to do to make sure you get use out of all of it is just give it one final stir. I took some of the racks out of my smoker and just cleaned them up in the sink. The smell of this stuff, you can just tell it's going to be excellent jerky. We're going to do 2 racks today. Well, hopefully all of it fits on 2 racks. How are y'all doing today? Let me know in the comments, what kind of day are you having? It's a beautiful day down here at the river. The wind is blowing like crazy, as is tradition. We are making jerky, man. All right, so that's perfect. Everything went on 2 racks. That's great. You know, I wish I would have had more jerky, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna be hitting half of this rack right here up with some pepper flakes because I like some spice and I wanna have some for my little girls to eat, and they don't really get into spice just yet. They'll grow into it though, because God is my witness. They'll grow into it. So we're just gonna put some red pepper flakes on there. Every instinct in my body is telling me to put it on every piece. And then we're gonna be hitting this entire rack up right here with the Spellbound Hot. Gotta take the seal off, Zach. Never used it before, so experimental video. Y'all are here for all the science. It's not much of an experiment. My experience with Lane's Barbecue tells me that this is gonna be delicious. The wind is a-blowing. I don't know if any of this will even land on my jerky. Since this is a barbecue rub, it's also going to impart just a little more sweetness onto it, which I'm pretty pumped up about. Last thing to do is to get it into the smoker. We've got our temp rolling at 150 degrees, and we've got the smoke tube going with some hickory pellets and hickory wood chips, which is going to put some great flavor on this jerky. Let's get it into the pit. All there is to do now is close it up. I'm expecting this to take 4 to 5 hours. We'll be coming out and checking it about the 3.5 hour mark, give it a bend, see if it's cracking at all. If it is, it's about done. So at the 3.5, 4 hour mark, we have got some great color on this jerky. Looks so good. Some of it is still a little bit more flexible than what I'm looking for. Some of it's just almost there though. So we're probably gonna give this another 30, maybe 40 minutes, and then we're gonna pull it and let it set and cool. And it's gonna stiffen up a good bit after that. All right guys, so after about a 35-hour soaking up all of that pow pow sauce, and then about 4.5 hours in the smoker, plus that smoke tube in there burning those hickory chips and hickory pellets, we have got a beautiful finished product of jerky here. You can see a distinct color difference between the jerky that just had the pow pow sauce and the salt, pepper, garlic on it, and then the jerky that had that Spellbound Hot on it. And I can tell you, I have already sampled both of these, and they both are extremely good. I would say that my favorite probably is going to be the pow pow and the salt, pepper, garlic that I put the red pepper flakes on, but the stuff that I left unspicy for my little girls, good as well. Just packed with flavor, got a great texture to it, the perfect amount of pull on the jerky. I don't like super tender jerky myself. I like to have to snatch on it just a little bit. That's why they call it jerky. So when you're making jerky and you are wondering if it's done, what you're looking for is to be able to bend it and it doesn't break, but you do want to see the fibers sort of crack a little bit. So you do not want it to snap, but you want to see it sort of open up and see those fibers open up a little bit. Here, that sounds kind of like a paper tearing. That's kind of what you want. You don't want it to have a crackle. The texture, spot on. You can definitely pick up on that hickory smoke and everything that pow pow has in it. It's just really good. Go over to Lane's site. I'll leave links to all this stuff below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video.